Body Blazers presents Wiki Warcraft 2 Talrand versus Virus game number 3. Team Dynasty Virus discussing the last game, which you can see at the Warc 2 Combat YouTube channel, or Outlaws 214 as is currently being called. Before that, it was Body Blazers, which we still advertise for to this day. So, Outlaws 214 would be a good out. Maybe I should switch to advertising for that, actually. I'd have to ask the X-Man which he wants to be advertised on the old Wiki War 2 Combat YouTube channel. Paid for and sponsored by war2.ru. Are you gonna get out there and play War 2 on war2.ru, or are you not? And war2usa.com. Hey, they're war2usa.com. And finally, my Galaxy of Games is GOG Wiki Warcraft 2 with the Truck Alert. Every single time, check the streaming schedule. Truck Alert has the Truck Alert Show, the greatest Warcraft 2 show ever to reach one's ears. So Team Dynasty Virus starting at the 6 o'clock spot, choosing to repair his barracks. And then he'll be building himself a blacksmith in the southerly sections. Kind of like this way of building. Then he'll have room for his lumber mill in the back over there. So pretty good stuff. And he's going to choose to build himself a farm in the background. He'll be able to chop this peon out. But not yet. So first initial grunts move up to the 9 and 11 o'clock spots. Wants to scout for a duel so we can begin to do a buster build if this is the case. He's playing against Talrand, however. Talrand's pretty well known to do a pretty fast rush start. Talrand had just about demolished Team Dynasty. Oh, here we do see it is the 9-11 duel. I thought he'd be Russian, but I guess he's not. He's Brazilian, not Russian. Those Russians are really good at rushing, actually. So it is. There's the verified lumber mill. So it is indeed a dual build here from Talrand, going a lot more long game, and he's against the 6 o'clock spot, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to. And look here, oh, I thought he was going to start chopping a brick out so he can build a lumber mill down there. That would be pretty awesome, but not what he decides he wants to do. Lumber mill's going right here, so he wants to build that lumber mill, get that catapult, and begin the assault on the 9 o'clock spot, which already has a guard tower, so not a whole lot to be assaulted there. And we just might see the lickety late game here, ladies and gentlemen. May be. So very good defense so far from Talrand, the tallest Randall. And he's going to move on up to that 11 o'clock spot for his assault. And here's a nice farm there to block this bottom of the 9 off. He wants to begin the assault at the underbelly of the 9 o'clock spot. I have to say, overall, that's a pretty good idea. It'll be almost certainly not chopped out, so those catapults are going to be able to shut down pretty quickly the mining operations there, or perhaps even destroy that guard tower. There's a bit of mini micro at the home base front, just doing his day-to-day peon wood chopping foraging party. It's a party and the peon's the only one invited because he's there to chop the trees. Alright, first catapult out. And he's going to bring his grunts around. Wants to, get the underbelly of the base right here. So will he build himself a guard tower? Maybe. Maybe he's going to sit and wait so he can start that chop out. And tier number 2, what's on the table? Wants to get that tier number 2. And he's going to start walling this area off, it looks like. Or this area here, I guess. Catapult has made his move up there. He keeps his grunts closer to the mouth of that 6 o'clock base in case there's any crazy chop outs, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be because the barracks are just now being built. Being repair built, but going to be coming under catapult assault. So Talrand needs to know that, dang, this is not going as good as I thought it'd be going. Not with all of these dang catapults coming around here tearing up the peon mining line. So going to try to take out that peon. Not going to have a whole lot of luck. And it's tier number 3 already for Team Dynasty Virus. He's had a pretty successful harassment here. I'm really going to throw Talrand off his game and not going to use a whole lot more than a single catapult to do this harassment. The peon building farms up there, so he could wall his catapult off. Doesn't seem like he feels the need to wall it off quite yet. And it's probably going to be old Bloodlusted Ogre Army Assault here at the front door, while this catapult keeps all eyes on that back door. So, look at that. He's just right there, just trying to be annoying. Here comes the catapult duel, trying to draw Talrand's catapult out and maybe do a little bit of a duel, but his real intentions are to cast this Bloodlusted Ogre, so he can already got the Temple of the Darn down. I mean, the Altar of Storms. And, well, he's able to destroy one catapult. He's really just trying to distract Talrand while he and starts attacking this right here farm. I like it. He can choose to. Oh, nice defense there from Talrand. He's going to continue on with that farm, and he's going to get closer towards Bloodlust. Probably going to sacrifice all of those grunts there so he can make room for food for his ogres. And these right here, peons. Moving on up to start an expansion. Pretty good idea. So as soon as he starts his first attack, he'll have a second expansion already up. And that should even out as his opponent does have a duel. So here's the group up of ogres. Bloodlust just moments away from arriving. And he's beginning to wall this area off with the temples, the DKs. Get those ogres out of there. He needs to build the farm right there. So where shall he assault with the Bloodlusted Ogres? Probably 9 o'clock, huh? That's the first spot around. And here comes the push out of ogres, but not ogre mages. So Team Dynasty Virus knows he's way far ahead in the technology game and likely gonna pummel Talrand here in this Wiki Warcraft 2 extravaganza. So just moments away from Bloodlust arriving. And did he click on it? Oh, I don't know if he clicked on it. I think he did, because I think it was just runes. And Bloodlust has now arrived, and he shall assault the 9 o'clock spot. There's the double wall off, going to try to take down this barracks before he moves on up to the northern sections. A pretty good defense there from Talrand. There is some ogres out on the map. And he's going to relust his ogres and come up here to this spot. What does he get? Not a whole lot of nothing. He's going to attack in that lumber mill and builds himself another barracks, but chooses to ignore those forces. Let's see what he decides to do. They do not destroy that lumber mill. There's a lot of repairing going on there. And now the DK will move on out. He's going to take the long way around up to the 11 o'clock spot. Which isn't a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Oh my gosh, it looks like the Talrand had chopped out of the back of his 9 o'clock base. So ogres come pouring on in. And he's going to relust up his ogres and try to take down this ogre mound. Which is not going to be too successful, as there's plenty of relieving ogres there. But Team Dynasty Virus has been making a pretty good multi-pronged assault so far this game. And now he'll be moving on towards that 11 o'clock spot with the Death and Decay. So Talrand definitely on the back foot the entire game. And will he become even more on the back foot as this 11 o'clock is rapidly approached by a bloodthirsty Death and Decayable Death Knight. Dun dun dun. Or Death and Decayably or something. Alright, it's the Death and Decay as we have previously advertised. And these Bloodlusted Ogres are going to be moving down to this 8 o'clock spot. I think they're trying to catch, there was indeed a large ogre army down in their presence, so it backdoored the 6 o'clock spot and many a peons. And this is the first sign of victory for Talrand, as he has a very clever assault here, able to take down many of wood chopping peons. Only 1,151 wood inside the bank. But Talrand has now officially launched his first successful assault against Team Dynasty Virus in the game, and Team Dynasty Virus is definitely injured here. He needs to get some more wood ASAP. That means as soon as possible for all of you laymen out there. Alright, then Talrand's going to successfully defend his 11 o'clock spot. Not too shabby. That's going to prompt some haste DKs on the way up there. A very, very large ogre army, and even a goblin zeppelin here to scout. So I like how Talrand's position is looking here. I don't know if the scout out is quite enough to see those DKs coming, but he'll definitely know where the surgical strikes of Team Dynasty Virus are going to happen next, except for he's not going to see these DKs, 2 DKs hasted and moving on out towards this 9 o'clock spot. And it's a multi-pronged, triple-pronged assault. Here comes the first hasted DK on the way. Where is he going? He's going to do a football. I thought you didn't watch football, Virus. He's going for the touchdown. And he's able to get himself a death and decay off there, which only lasts a mere matter of moments, but probably had lots of severe economical damage to an already berated economy. But notice that Team Dynasty Virus has 17,000 gold in the bank, but only 100 wood. That's what happens when the wood foraging parties. But wait, there's more, as the catapults now fall victim to Bloodlusted Ogre's army assaults, and yet another Bloodlusted Ogre army assault on the way from Team Dynasty Virus. Lots of Bloodlusted coming here, and now lots of wood chopping finally, as the gold flow explodes. A very large ogre army assault here right at the front door, coming from the north, coming from the east, coming from the west. It's coming from everywhere. And now Team Dynasty Virus is really putting the hurt on his opponent, Talrand. Talrand's not going to give up yet, though. He does have the superior economy. There is only 30,000 gold inside this small 5 mine, so Team Dynasty Virus is going to set up shop here at the 8 o'clock spot. As this game pushes on into the late game, is not going to be on the War 2 combat server anymore. Ooh, now it's just on the Justin Schmidt YouTube channel of Awesomeness channel. So that's what happens when you don't have a verified YouTube channel for the War 2 combat. Here comes a large battle in the middle. Still a good sign for Talrand. He's at least pushing out on the offensive now. As they say, the greatest offensive measures are not a good defensive measure. Oh, wait, no, are good defensive measures or something like that. Wiki, Warcraft 2. Peace out, homies. Alright, this game moves on over to the late game. And look here, the 12 o'clock position actually was taken by Talrand, or is in the process of being taken. And Team Dynasty Virus scouting out. Still hasn't scouted out the 2 o'clock spot or the 4 o'clock spot, but he has completely mined out that small 5. And Talrand has launched a pretty successful attack at that 8 o'clock spot, but he really needs to see some DK play to pull himself back in this game here. And there's the scout machine on this area, so there's going to be a quick wall off to protect it from ogres. But Talrand could definitely use a DK here to shut that down. Meanwhile, Team Dynasty Virus is running a little low on cashola as the 8 o'clock once again falls victim. And here is that ogre army assault. Gonna catch a couple of DKs off guard. And Team Dynasty Virus moving on over to his army here. But Talrand is slowly but surely gaining progress in this game. He's just 1 DK away from winning. If he can DK that 5 o'clock spot here, but it doesn't look like it's in the cards. Going to take away the DK technology of Team Dynasty Virus. Virus does have multiple temples here, though. And we're still waiting to see the first temple here from Talrand. Talrand's had a pretty good defense of it so far. And he'll keep himself in this game. And he's even tried to expand to the 12 o'clock spot so far. And there's the first temple, but only a level 1 Death Knight here. So, and here comes the large assault to not only the 9 o'clock, but the 11 o'clock. This may just be a GG for Team Dynasty Virus, as there's not a whole lot happening. The 9 o'clock has expired. The 11 o'clock most likely moving in that direction, and this is going to be a GG, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward into the future to see that it is victory. But I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. Tune in. Next time we have another Wiki Warcraft 2 audio presentation brought to you in part by War2.ru, by Galaxy of Games, Warcraft 2, and by War2USA.com. War2USA.com.